The trap of being too nice. What if being a good man is the very reason people use and disrespect you? Look around. The guys who always say yes, who try to make everyone happy, where are they? They're the ones getting ignored, used, and forgotten. They lend money and never get it back. They help everyone but get nothing in return. This is the nice guy syndrome, the belief that kindness brings respect. But here's the hard truth. People don't respect kindness. They respect power. Weakness has a smell. Predators can sense it from miles away. When you have no limits, no backbone, you become easy prey. Every manipulator and selfish person will see you coming and think, perfect, someone I can use. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. Power isn't about shouting or being cruel. Real power is calm, controlled, and strategic, thinking 3 steps ahead while others are still reacting to yesterday. Most men today think that showing weakness makes them good. They believe sacrificing themselves makes them noble. But that's not true. People see your kindness and think, what can I take from this person? They see your helpfulness and think, great, someone to dump my problems on. Human nature is selfish. People care about their own benefit first. So when you're kind without self-respect, you become useful, not respected. By the end of this message, you'll understand how to control your image, manage your emotions, and earn real respect. Because once you feel true power, you'll never want to go back to being the nice guy. Say this out loud. I refuse to be weak. I choose power and control. Stop being the nice guy. The nice guy is society's favorite victim. He lends money and never asks for it back. He stays late to help while others go home early. He thinks he's being good, but really, he's being foolish. People don't respect nice guys, they use them. When you can't say no, when you're afraid to disappoint, you send a message. You can take advantage of me. Machiavelli once said, men forget their father's death sooner than the loss of their inheritance. Meaning, people care more about what benefits them than your good heart. Think about it. Do you respect the friend who's always available? Or the one who sometimes says no because he values his time? The always available friend becomes invisible. The one with limits earns respect. When you always put others first, you teach them that you don't value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, why should they? Users and manipulators can easily spot a nice guy. He's the one who gives when he should protect himself. The one who helps when he should rest. Stop being nice. Start being strategic. Help people when it aligns with your goals. Say no when it doesn't. Put yourself first because no one else will. This doesn't make you selfish, it makes you smart. Selfish people take from others. Strategic people protect themselves first so they can give from strength, not weakness. When you have boundaries and standards, people treat you differently. They stop asking for random favors. They think before crossing your line. The nice guy gets used. The strategic man gets respected. Learn strategic ruthlessness. Being good is not enough. You must learn when not to be good. That's where most men fail. They think ruthlessness means cruelty. But real ruthlessness is simply protecting yourself when needed. It's about being ready to make hard choices that serve your best interest. When someone disrespects you, don't rush to forgive or make excuses for them. They're counting on your kindness to protect them. Machiavelli said, "A prince must learn how not to be good." Meaning, always being soft makes you a target. Strategic ruthlessness means this: cut people off when they show you their true face. Walk away from those who drain you. Protect your time, your energy, your peace. Because in the end, the nice guy gets used, but the strategic man commands respect. Stop giving endless chances. Being strategically ruthless means you don't keep forgiving people who disrespect you again and again. If someone borrows money and never pays it back, the nice guy stays silent and hopes they'll change. But the strategic man makes it clear that it's not okay and changes how he deals with that person. If someone keeps canceling plans at the last minute, the nice guy keeps giving them more chances. The strategic man simply stops making plans with unreliable people. If someone talks down to you or disrespects you, The nice guy tries to win them over with more kindness. The strategic man either calls it out directly or walks away. This isn't about being cruel or seeking revenge. It's about having consequences for bad behavior. People treat you as badly as you allow them to. Most are used to dealing with nice guys who tolerate anything just to avoid conflict. But once you show that you're willing to protect your boundaries, the energy changes. They realize they can't walk all over you anymore. They start thinking twice before disrespecting you because they know there will be consequences. Strategic ruthlessness means making decisions that serve your goals, not decisions that make everyone else happy. Sometimes you'll need to choose what helps your growth, even if it disappoints others. You don't have to be ruthless all the time, but when someone shows through their actions that they don't respect you, you must be ready to respond firmly. People respect strength, they respect boundaries, they respect consequences. When you show that you can protect what matters to you, you earn a deeper kind of respect. Strategic ruthlessness isn't cruelty, it's self-respect with sharp edges. Master discipline and emotional control. Your emotions can be your biggest weakness. If you don't control them, others will use them against you. Every time you react out of anger or frustration, you give your power away. Every time you explode or get defensive, you teach people exactly how to control you next time. Powerful people stay calm under pressure. While others lose control, they stay centered and think clearly. That calmness itself becomes power. Emotional control doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you choose your reaction carefully instead of acting on impulse. It's the difference between reacting and responding with purpose. When someone insults you, your emotional instinct is to hit back or explain yourself. But the strategic move might be to stay silent, to look at them calmly and let them expose their own weakness. The one who controls emotion controls the situation. Because anger, panic, and fear are what make people lose strategy. When you master emotional control, you become untouchable. Not because you're cold, but because nothing can shake your focus. That's real power. Emotional control and smart decision making. When someone pressures you to make a quick decision, your emotional impulse might be to say yes, just to avoid conflict. But the strategic move is to say, I need time to think about this, and actually take that time. Machiavelli once said, the first way to judge a ruler's intelligence is by the men he keeps around him. This means your success depends on how clearly you think and who you allow into your life. Emotional people make poor choices. They pick friends because they feel good in the moment, not because those friends are loyal or trustworthy. They say yes to exciting opportunities without thinking about long-term costs. They make enemies out of potential allies because they can't control their temper. Strategic people do the opposite. They make calculated decisions. They choose relationships based on mutual respect and benefit. They take opportunities that fit their long-term goals. They fight only when the outcome is worth it and when they can win. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you stable, reliable, and strong. People learn they can trust your judgment, that you won't make emotional decisions that hurt everyone involved. Emotional control also means not being ruled by your need for approval or instant pleasure. When you can pause, think, and act based on what truly serves you, you become powerful. Start small. When someone cuts in line, criticizes you, or changes plans suddenly, don't react instantly. Breathe. Choose your response with intention. The goal is to become someone who can't be pushed around emotionally. Someone calm under pressure, who thinks before acting and acts with purpose. Emotional control is the foundation of real power. When you master your reactions, you master your relationships and your destiny. Build and control your image. People don't judge you by your intentions, they judge you by what they see. Machiavelli said, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few know what you really are. Your image, how people perceive you, matters more than your private goodness. Most men leave their image to chance. They think, if I'm a good person, people will see it. But that's not how the world works. People form opinions about you within seconds. They judge you by how you walk, talk, and react. If your image is of someone who always agrees, who avoids conflict, who says sorry too much, that's exactly how they'll treat you. So, Build your image deliberately. Decide how you want to be seen, then make sure your behavior supports that. Want respect? Stop over-explaining yourself. Speak with confidence. Don't apologize unless you've actually done something wrong. Want to be seen as valuable? Stop being available for everything. Be selective about where you spend your time and energy. Want to be seen as strong? Face conflict calmly when boundaries are crossed. Don't hide from it, handle it with control. Your image is built in small, everyday moments. How you handle interruptions, how you look people in the eye, how you keep promises, how you react when challenged. People notice everything, even when you think they're not watching. They notice if you laugh at jokes about yourself, if you back down easily, or if you make excuses instead of taking action. Every moment is shaping how people see you. You're either building an image of strength or weakness. There is no neutral. Perception becomes reality. If people see you as weak, they'll treat you that way, and soon you'll start acting like it too. But if you project confidence, self-respect, and control, people will treat you with respect, and you'll grow even stronger. Never leave your image to chance. Control it. Shape it. Because if you don't, others will shape it for you, and you might not like the version they create. Your image is your power. Build it with intention. Protect it with consistency. And never let anyone define it for you. Use silence as power. Many people feel they must explain everything, their choices, their opinions, their reasons. But over-explaining makes you look weak and unsure. When you explain too much, you're asking for permission to have boundaries. When you fill every pause with words, you show that you're uncomfortable with silence. Strategic silence works in powerful ways. First, it makes you seem thoughtful and confident. When someone asks a question and you pause before answering, it shows that you think before you speak. Second, silence makes others reveal more. Most people hate silence. They'll keep talking just to fill it. And often, they'll end up saying more than they planned. Third, silence can be a powerful answer to disrespect. When someone tries to insult or manipulate you, sometimes the best response is to look at them calmly and say nothing. Let them feel the weight of their own behavior. Machiavelli said, "The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." Meaning, sometimes silence is the smartest move until it's time to act. When someone makes an unreasonable request, don't rush to explain why you can't do it. Simply say, "I'll think about it." Then stay silent. Now the pressure is on them to justify their request. When someone tries to rush your decision, say, "Let me consider this," and stay quiet. That silence shows strength and control. When someone criticizes you unfairly, resist the urge to defend yourself right away. Your silence will make them question their own words. Silence also creates mystery. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully understand. When you don't share every thought or reaction, you make others curious about you. This doesn't mean you stop talking or become cold. It means you choose when to speak. It means your words carry more power because you use them wisely. Practice being comfortable with pauses. Don't feel the need to respond instantly. Take a moment. Think. When you finally speak, people will listen carefully because your silence made your words valuable. Silence builds respect, mystery, and authority. Use it as a weapon. Be useful, not harmless. There's a big difference between being useful and being harmless, and this difference separates men who are respected from those who are used. Useful people solve problems. They bring value, ideas, and strength to the table. Harmless people avoid conflict. They stay quiet, go along with everything, and never take a stand. People respect useful individuals because they make things better, but they use harmless people because they know there will be no resistance. Machiavelli said, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves." One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. That means, be smart enough to spot manipulation and strong enough to stop it. Being useful means having skills, knowledge, and value. It means people seek you out because of what you can do, not because you're easy to control. Being harmless means staying silent when you should speak up. It means avoiding conflict even when conflict is necessary. It means letting people cross your boundaries to keep the peace. The harmless person thinks they're being good, but in reality, they're enabling bad behavior. When someone's being treated unfairly and you stay quiet, that's not kindness, that's weakness. When people take advantage of you and you never say anything, that's not peace, that's fear. People don't respect harmless individuals because they can't rely on them when it matters. When real challenges come, the harmless person disappears. But useful people step up. They face uncomfortable situations. They speak truth when it's needed. They take action even when it's not easy. Being useful doesn't mean being aggressive. It means being strong enough to do what's necessary. Sometimes that means saying no. Sometimes it means setting boundaries that others don't like. Sometimes it means being the bad guy for the right reason. People trust useful individuals because they're dependable and effective. They avoid giving responsibility to harmless ones because they know they'll fold under pressure. Be someone who can handle difficult situations, someone others can rely on, because useful people are valued and respected, and harmless people are ignored and used. Choose to be useful.